I encourage almost everyone that I encounter, start a YouTube channel. And I started my channel at 67. My point is it's never too late to start a YouTube channel.
And hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we are here with Carol from Glorious Life on Wheels. Hi Carol.
Hi Bob.
Welcome back to the channel.
Thank you.
We did a video tour of your beautiful rig, so everyone go check that out. But today we're going to talk about Carol's YouTube channel, which has become very, very successful. A lot of you would really benefit from making a YouTube channel in many ways. So we wanted to talk about how Carol has succeeded in that and ways that maybe you can follow in her path. You really have grown your channel a lot.
You know, it's amazing. I started it out, and I, believe it or not, I expected to have a large channel. And I went in with that in mind. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it, but I think part of it was planning for success. I didn't plan for failure. I didn't even entertain failure. Your mindset when you go into a venture, it gives you a whole different perspective. So if you're thinking, I'm going to succeed at this, when you're going to come across bumps in the road.
Oh, yeah.
But when you come across those bumps, if you have a long view, they don't derail you. And when I started my channel, I had a 5-year plan. I sat down, I wanted to be at a certain point at 1 year, certain point at 2 years. So I didn't, people would say, why don't you do this? Why don't you have sponsors? Why don't you do this? Well, I wasn't in a panic or felt that I had to hurry up and be successful because I was looking 5 years down the road. So I think those things helped me to keep on track and not give up. I think a lot of people start, if they don't have instant success, they quit.
A lot of people are hoping that YouTube will be a get quick, rich, quick scheme, and it's far from it.
For very few, that happens.
Very few.
I didn't go in expecting to be an overnight success. So I didn't try and do everything all at once. I didn't start really editing my own videos till well past my first year. One thing I did want to do right from the start, I wanted to have a good quality product. So I thought about that, and I got someone actually from my church to help me do the editing. I guess the other thing is I valued my viewers' time. I wanted to give any video that I did, I wanted to have something of import that would be valuable to whoever was watching it. There are basically 3 reasons that people watch YouTubes. They watch them, YouTube videos rather, they watch them to either be entertained, to be informed, or to be instructed. I'm not a funny person. You know? I mean, I can't even tell a good joke. I always mess up the punchline, you know? So I knew that wasn't my forte. But I had experience, especially as a peace officer, doing interviews and investigations. So, and before that, I had done some reporting. So I knew how to interview, and I knew how to connect with people so they would tell me their stories.
So a lot of it is expecting to put out a quality product.
Yes.
And to look at your viewer, know who they are.
Correct.
And give them what they need.
Exactly.
Don't waste their time.
And then I like telling a story.
Storytelling, yes.
Yes, storytelling, you know, is something that's been done from ancient times. And people love hearing. They don't only want to see the person that I interview, they want to know what's their story, what brought them to where they're at.
So you studied. You didn't just jump in.
Right.
You saw what do the best YouTubers do.
Exactly.
And you followed that.
I did. Each successful YouTuber had something that they did really well. And I tried to learn how to do those things really well. The other thing I think really probably, I should have maybe said this first. I think the most important thing is to be yourself and be sincere. It's funny. Some of my most successful videos have been where I was doing a video to try and shout out someone else or try to share their circumstance to maybe get them assistance or help. I wasn't doing it for the purpose. I mean, you want all of your videos to be successful, but I wasn't doing it thinking, okay, this is going to really be a big video for me. I was doing it to help someone else. Those are some of my biggest videos.
Well, you had a list of 3 things that people, the 3 reasons why people come to YouTube, and I would add a 4th.
Okay.
I think maybe the most important.
All right.
And a lot of people are on YouTube looking for a friend.
That's a good point.
Cares about them.
That's such a good point.
And that's what you do so well. You value their time. You think they're important.
They are.
And
I wouldn't be a success if it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
But even if they weren't adding to my success, they're still important.
Right. You know, you're doing everything else right, but I think that's still the core, that you are a loving, caring person, and authentically so. You're not pretending.
You know, I just have a heart for people, and I've always, even when I was a kid, I always tended to gravitate towards the underdog, because there's something about a bully that does something to me.
Oh, yeah.
So when I hear stories from people where they've been mistreated or bullied, it just draws me to them. And I guess there's a sense I want to comfort them. And sometimes, you can only do so much, but you want to offer comfort and say, I care. I feel this with you. I don't know what your beliefs are, but I know my beliefs, in the Bible, it talks about you cry with someone when they're grieving and you laugh when they're celebrating. So that's what I try to do. I try to meet a person where they're at.
So I think that's probably the single most important thing we can tell people. Value your viewers' time, but value them too.
Yes, yes. So many people in both of our demographics are in dire financial circumstances.
Yes.
And are looking for a way to even make a couple hundred, $200, $300, $400 a month. And I encourage almost everyone that I encounter, start a YouTube channel. It's not something that you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You just have to put in the work, the effort. And I started my channel at 67. People will, if you let them, they'll step on your dream. So you have to have a mind made up to do something. But my point is, it's never too late to start a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an excellent way for an older person who's out on the road to share their adventures. And there are loads of people who want to see them. There is an audience, I think, for almost everyone. And I would encourage anyone who is struggling and wants to earn some extra income, this could very well be their solution.
The great thing is about our lifestyle is that we've learned to live really cheaply.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need an enormous amount of money.
No, you don't.
You might end up making a lot, but it's likely you won't, but every little bit helps.
If you're making $800 a month, an extra $500 a month
It's life-changing.
Is life-changing. Absolutely. I would say study, become a YouTube student.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's just like, if you're going to school to be an engineer or to be a plumber or to be whatever, you're going to study your craft. Being a YouTube creator is a craft. So it's no different. You have to study this and learn what works and what doesn't work. I have a job that I love.
Yeah.
I love this,
Yeah.
and it's on my own terms.
Right. You know, what you just said, one of the things I think is most important of all, it is a job,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully you love it.
I do.
And but you have to treat it like a job.
You do.
Produce a video. It's got to be a certain quality.
And you can't do a video the first of the month and then not do another video till 3 weeks in.
No.
I mean, you can do that, but you won't grow.
You won't grow.
So, I mean, you have to have a made-up mind. I'm going to regularly produce videos. Now, I don't always do this, but I typically, my lives are going to be the same time every week. Usually I do a Saturday video, not always, but I try to have videos consistent so that people know that I'm going to have product coming out. If it's a job and you love it and you study how to do it and you are constantly trying to improve, I'm taking an editing class right now, on I want to up the quality of my editing.
Well, let's kind of switch gears and think about the technology of it, because
Okay.
I know a lot of our audience are older, like we are, and are just not very tech savvy. So, right, and
I have a hard time.
too.
I have a hard time. Oh, I shouldn't admit this, but I have a hard time copying and pasting. Does that tell you my level?
That does say quite a
Yeah,
bit. Yes.
that's quite a bit.
So, what is the message you have for people about technology that are intimidated and scared of?
I kick myself. It is not that hard. The editing is not. It's really not difficult. There's so many programs out there that you can use that are easy to use. One thing I did is I watched a video from a young woman called Vanessa Lau, and she talked about how she does her videos in clips. She doesn't do one long 30-minute video. She does maybe 2 or 3 minute stops, 3 or 3 minute stops. So then that makes it so easy for me to edit, because if I do it in sequence, then I can just put all those clips together. And if there's something in that one clip, I just clip that out. I mean, it makes it for me. That's how I do it. I do shorter clips, put them together, and then you can add an intro at the beginning if you want, and I still haven't learned how to do music. So my more recent videos, since my professional editor is not doing them, don't have music, but that's something I'm working on learning. I think it's KindMaster.
On
And
your phone?
On my phone.
So you're just editing on your phone.
I do my videography on my phone. I edit on my phone. I upload it on my phone. I do everything on my phone.
So anyone out there with a fairly competent phone can do exactly what you're doing.
Almost all smartphones now have what you would need to
Absolutely.
do it. But you do need a good holder for it. So because it's easier to go in and out and,
Right.
around with that. But that's it. That's really all you need to get onto YouTube.
I have shot all my videos for the last 2-3 years, at least, maybe longer, on my phone.
Wow.
That's all I use. And photography is one of my hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have professional level cameras
Right.
that would take pictures and video that
Mm-hmm.
run circles around my phone. But it's not necessary.
If someone's starting out, just start out with your phone.
Right. Absolutely.
And if you want to do more, you can do more. You have that option, but you don't have to.
One of the hardest things for me to master, because I shoot outdoors almost always. Today's a calm, windless day.
Thank goodness.
Yes. But one of the things I struggled with the most, by far the most, is audio. And audio is critically important. You have to have good sound to go with good video. How have you handled your audio?
First, I was getting real close.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. But now I bought a little microphone set that's, I think it was $45. And I forgot it on a video I recently did, and you hear all the one in the background. But that's what I do. It just clips like yours, but it's not this level. But two little mics that you clip on each person, one on each person, and then you plug the little thing into my phone and then turn it on, and that's it. What you said, I want to back up to what you said about the audio. In the class that I'm taking, the person who I'm taking it from is, this technical whiz. And one thing she said, people will stay around if you have bad video and great audio. But if you do not have good audio, they're out of there.
They are.
I would say working on getting a mic that, and you can get some fairly inexpensive. You can get better ones that cost more, but starting out, you can get a fairly inexpensive one for about $45. It's worth the investment.
Well, that brings us to another really good topic, and I'm sure that you are dealing with, and that is fame. People recognize you now, and trolls, people who just want to hate because they just love hate.
Yeah. I was at the RTR, this last RTR, And I was just astounded. I wasn't quite prepared for how many people came up. Oh, hi, Glow, hi, Glow. I was like, oh my goodness, as I'm walking around, I was like, hi, hi. I was like, holy moly.
Yeah.
You know, it stunned me. I didn't find anyone though that was rude
Right.
or that was obtrusive. And I like speaking to my subscribers. But as far as trolls, I don't get a lot, but I do get some. Here's kind of how I handle it. If I do an interview and someone comes after me, you know, oh, you were dumb. That's a dumb question. But, you know, I don't care. But if someone really comes hard after the person that I'm interviewing, then I deal with that. I think it's good that you brought it up because you have to kind of develop a little bit of a thick skin.
You do.
Because if you're really sensitive and anyone who says anything to you, you know, oh, I hated your shirt or I hated your hair or whatever, and that will devastate you, you're going to have to either get over that or I don't know that you'll be able to do YouTube.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear or see people comment and see how many people from this video decided that they're going to throw their hands in and start a YouTube channel.
That would be great. So folks, why don't you leave a comment? Have you been inspired to start a YouTube channel yourself? And tell us what it is. We want to help you too. What we're doing right here is collaborating.
Yes,
And,
yes.
And YouTube makes it very clear that when there's a collaboration, everybody wins.
I should have brought that up. That's one of the things I did also,
Right.
is I collaborated with other YouTubers, you know, and I met other YouTubers. And one nice thing about that is if something happens, like maybe, you know, my numbers go down or something, I have someone to call. And I have a group, a tribe of YouTubers, and I'll call, and like I called one person and she was like, it's okay. It happened to me. You know, you'll go through this. You're going to, so you have someone to call who understands what you're going through, can encourage you. So I encourage you to develop relationships with other YouTubers, to collaborate with them, but also as a form of encouragement to each other. I think that's really important.
Because it's really hard to talk to someone who isn't on YouTube about
Exactly.
what we're doing on YouTube.
Yes.
So I'd love to hear a comment from you. Have you been inspired to start a YouTube channel? And if you have, then tell us the name and we'll kind of work together to help you in any way we can. Carol, remind the folks exactly what your YouTube channel is.
It's Glorious Life on Wheels, and my YouTubers they're called my Globies.
Globies.
So.
So become a Globie.
Yes, become a Globie.
Go to Glorious Life on Wheels and subscribe right now.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Carol, for sharing this with us. I know a lot of people have been really helped and blessed.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do. I can't tell you how many people I encounter or how many people they'll come on to my comments when I talk to someone who's having a problem. Oh, tell them about Bob Wells. Tell them about Hawa. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I know about that.
Good. So if you got anything out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.